We are a nation of animal lovers, with almost half of Irish households owning a dog. Their loyalty and companionship make them the perfect pet. But sometimes their love for us isn't always reciprocated in how we treat man's best friend. To understand more about our canine friends, I'm going to work as a volunteer with Ireland and Europe's largest dog welfare charities, Dogs Trust, based in Finglas, North Dublin. It's a busy day at the centre, and today I'm being introduced to the dedicated team of canine carers to learn more about what they do. Hi, Mark. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Excited to be here.
Well, Dogs Trust is Ireland and in fact Europe's largest dog welfare charity. We try and rehome up to 800 dogs plus every year. And then there's the other side of our work to try and prevent dogs coming into rescues or pounds in the first place. And that might include veterinary campaigns where we neuter dogs. And there's also the work we do on the education side and also lobbying government to try and improve animal welfare legislation.
There's so much for me to learn, and I'm actually really looking forward to being part of Dogs Trust.
Yeah, and we really are looking forward to having you here and to meeting the rest of the team as well, because these guys and girls on the ground, they're the ones who do the work with the dogs, the pups and the mums and pups in our care.
Last thing today, guys, is we've got a new starter today. She's starting, like many of yourselves, as a volunteer, just to learn the ropes and get to know the role of the canine carer. So we'll give a big and warm welcome to Andrea. Welcome to Dogs Trust.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Andrea.
Hi.
Starting with us today, there's your name badge.
Oh, brilliant.
And we've got hungry dogs to feed, so we can get cracking now.
I can't wait. Be nice to me. At Dogs Trust, they believe no healthy dog should ever be destroyed, and that every dog should have a chance to lead a healthy life in a loving environment.
This is the only corridor that we've got that's open for public view.
Okay.
And we try and give the dogs a bit of time off of it so we can rotate them so people can get to see different faces coming up, and it gives the dogs a little bit of a break because they can get a bit overwhelmed.
Kind of like love at first sight sometimes, you know.
It is, and the very difficult thing, and I always advise when people first come here, is to get a feel for the place, get an understanding for what we do. Don't fall with your heart, fall with your head.
Because Ireland has such a serious stray dog problem, they are constantly being surrendered to pounds and charities throughout Ireland. In some cases, they can simply be abandoned. As happened to this Jack Russell, found on the road right outside the centre. Ciara shows me how this heartless action was all captured on CCTV.
We're listening to dogs barking all day, so, you know, it was kind of a, what was that? You know, what's that noise outside? See what happened. So he just ties him to the pole.
Oh my God.
And walks off.
Look.
He is absolutely bewildered and so confused by what has just happened to him.
Why couldn't they just come in? Like, why would they put the dog in more danger? I mean, they're abandoning him anyway, but why would they just tie him like that, like he's garbage?
The centre was open, you know, they could have just nipped in, had a chat with the team. They're always happy to have a conversation with people and to chat to people about what options are available, so it is heartbreaking that he had to go through that.
At any one time, there can be over 200 dogs on site, being rehabilitated and waiting to be rehomed.
We never, ever, ever have an empty kennel. We always have placements coming in.
Pounds and animal welfare centres across Ireland absorb most of the capacity of strays and unwanted dogs. The little Jack Russell, now called Alex, was fortunate to get a bed here.
You often ask yourself, why do people do that? You know, that they can just tie a dog to a gate or railings or abandon a dog like that. And he's such a fabulous little dog. we're determined to get them a home, no matter how long it takes. You know, we will find the right home for them, because it's just a matter of the right person, the right family coming in, and they will adopt the dog.
Alex is mature, friendly and lovable. A far cry from what some may think as a rescue dog.
Good boy.
The centres had to take on a large group of Shih Tzus. They were used exclusively for breeding purposes throughout their whole lives. They were found in horrific conditions. And not surprisingly, one of them is pregnant.
So this is our maternity, or our whelping unit. This is where all of our expectant mums come to get the VIP treatment before their babies arrive.
And we have an expectant mum that's going to the vet.
We do. So this is a dog that we fondly named Skittles, and she's been a breeding dog all of her life. So she was rescued with a group of her friends and came here to Dogs Trust.
In some breeding establishments, the dogs are solely bred for making a profit, unlike responsible dog breeders who care for and look after their dogs.
Where she came from, there's probably a huge amount of dogs, so they'll all have this condition, you know.
And it was quite an emergency case.
Yeah, and particularly with us suspecting Skittles is pregnant now, it's really important that we're here with the veterinary expertise to be able to look after her. Hi, Roberta. We've Skittles here to see you. Hi, Skittles. Now, here she is. Skittles has come in to us with the rest of the Shih Tzus that were rescued. Okay. Skittles is looking a little bit curvier than some of the rest, so we'd like you to have a look at her because we think she might be pregnant.
Okay, let me check. She's in Her belly's very round, and I think I might feel something in there. So I think the best thing to do would be to send her for an ultrasound scan. Other things, her skin is in bad condition. It could be some sort of chronic parasite. She's very thin, so if she's pregnant, that's something that we need to address quickly.
Her feeling comfortable here and safe is what we want to achieve for her to get to know us and build the bond before the puppies arrive, so she feels that she's having them in a very safe environment as well.
The centre spares no effort in ensuring the health and comfort of its residents, especially those who need some extra TLC.
They're cute.
Oh, they're lovely little puppies. They love their food. They're typical labs. They're just
so adorable.
They're so friendly now. Lovely little guys. They have to stay in here now for about 3 weeks to be screened. Any of our puppies that come in here, we screen them for about 3 weeks. So their screening date, as you can see here, it's up on the 16th of June. So come the 16th of June, we'll give them a quick wash and we'll move them down to one of our rehoming puppy units where they'll all be ready for adoption.
These are a lot quieter.
They're so quiet. They're lazy. So these guys in here, they're only about 7 weeks old. So they're only young little babies in here. They just love to lounge around, have a good sleep.
My kind of dogs.
They're all just very hot with the weather now. Yeah. Very hot.
This unique charity puts the concerns of dogs front and centre. This extends to the collection and transportation from pounds around the country, where Ian pilots Ireland's only dog ambulance.
The dog ambulance has 23 kennels. In the back it has air conditioning, it has a heating system for the winter. It also has intake fans and it has extractor fans. We've only got an allocated number of spaces back in Dogs Trust, so we can only take a certain amount, and that's unfortunate. That's the name of the game.
Dogs Trust take about 70% of the dogs in their centre from Irish dog pounds. The centre has 11 spaces that it can fill today, and Ian must collect the dogs that the team have agreed are most in need.
Right, these are 3 dogs that we're going to be taking. 3 huskies. This is the 4th husky here. We've got 2 Springer Pointer crosses. We have a pointer here. Got 2 Poms. Basset Hound.
Stray and abandoned dogs are at risk of being put to sleep if they're not claimed within 5 days. so the charity go to every effort to take in as many dogs as they can responsibly care for and rehome. Dog pounds throughout Ireland are making every effort to rehome stray and abandoned dogs every day. In 2005, over 16,000 dogs were put to sleep in Irish pounds. However, with the help of Dogs Trust and other animal welfare charities, in 2015 this number has been reduced to just over 1,800. I found that very hard.
It's difficult enough now, isn't it? They find their way into the pound for unknown reasons, and some of them are fabulous.
Ian starts his work with the most stressed of the huskies.
There we go.
His careful and kind approach means thankfully he's never been bitten. But with troubled animals unsure of their surroundings, it's always a risk.
This one was just a little bit too stressed now, so. It's a female.
So I'm going to put female, husky grey. Some of today's dogs are more relaxed about leaving the pound. What type of dog is that?
Is it like a crossbreeds?
Yeah. This dog
Is it a female?
Is it female? Halfway through the rescue process, the husky's nerves begin to settle. So I've got female.
Female.
No microchip.
Better out here than in the kennel.
Yeah. Ian is never surprised to find the types of dogs that end up in pounds, especially prized breeds. But for any dog, it's a challenging ordeal.
This little one.
Oh my God. I mean, this is the whole thing about pounds.
Absolutely.
People think that you won't get beautiful, healthy dogs in pounds, but look at this little Tom.
Only a young little baby.
A little baby boy.
Little baby boy.
Hi, gorgeous.
No microchip. Can't find the owner.
As a nation, we need to take responsibility for our dogs and recognise that pounds are carrying out a challenging job to the best of their ability. And is this behaviour normal?
Yes, very, very normal. This dog, like a lot of other doggies, like doesn't know me.
Yeah.
It's been terrified in the pound there for a number of days.
Yeah.
So pick him up there because you can hear the dogs in the back of the van.
Irish pounds simply do not have the resources to cope with the amount of unwanted dogs across the country. With 10 of the dogs already secured, Ian takes the last dog, an old and vulnerable boxer, into the ambulance.
Let's go. You ready? Come on. There you go.
Oh, he's so happy. Look at him.
Coming up. Come on. Up. Oh, someone wants to leave. Well done. Look at that face though, look at it.
All of them, hi guys.
They'll have a home with us now for the rest of their healthy lives.
The pounds will fill up again. Some will be left behind. A lot will be saved. In order to continue the services they provide, Dogs Trust rely on the generosity of the public and the dedication of volunteers.
Thank you. Are you going to put it over here?
Bedding and toys are always a welcome donation to the centre. And it's a constant job keeping on top of the large volume of cleaning. Luckily, the voluntary laundry team are always on duty to help. That dirty ones, yeah?
Dirty it is indeed.
These are toys that were sent in, weren't they?
Yeah.
So they call you Laundry Liz.
Yeah.
So whenever I have to find out and they go to Laundry Liz.
Yeah.
How long have you been working here?
Going into year 4 now.
And what made you start volunteering?
I had lost my own little dog and I wasn't ready for another one. And I had retired, so I had time in my hands and I said, no, what am I going to do? So I said, sure, come up here. So I did, I volunteered. And
So you have your team here today. How many of you are generally here on a Friday?
Well, Up to recently, it was Leslie, myself, and Shane. Now we've roped in Bridie. She's a new volunteer, so
It's hard work.
it's very hard work, but it's good fun. I enjoy it.
Plenty of banter.
Plenty of banter, plenty of gossip, you know.
Plenty of washing.
Right? Yeah, and it's a challenge. Like, get through as much as you can.
And you seem to have a system, because I noticed it's very clean when you guys are here. So explain the system then.
We're OCD.
OCD?
We have to have it nice. We have to have it in all the sheets, duvets, pillowcases. All like items have to be together, not just everything thrown on the shelf.
Rescued Shih Tzu Skittles arrived at the centre pregnant and in ill health from a puppy farm. She has really settled in and found a new friend, Smarties. She's just probably happy to be back.
They're just happy to be
out. Under constant supervision in the whelping unit, Skittles gave birth to what would be her very last litter.
She had 2 little puppies. So the puppies were very small when they were born, and one of them had something called a cleft palate, which means that the roof of their mouth hasn't formed properly, so she couldn't eat properly. And sadly, just a couple of days after Skittles had her puppies, they both passed away. Peacefully with their mum, but sad nonetheless.
She is now gaining the energy needed to come back to full health, and with her skin healing, she is ready for some much-deserved pampering.
So now I'm going to clip her. So basically we're going to clip her tight today.
Okay.
Because she came in bad condition and she had scabs on her and stuff as well. So when we're clipping her, we just have to be very careful that we don't do anything to them. She's still a little bit worried by what goes on around.
I hear that noise.
Gorgeous. So this one is nice and quiet so that it doesn't scare her too much.
What made you come to the Dogs Trust to work in a charity?
I've always wanted to work in a rescue.
Is it very rewarding?
Oh yeah, definitely. She was one now, she'd kind of, you could see it in her, she wanted to come over but she'd be too nervous, and within a few days she loves her food. So we could give her food and treats and she was happy to come over, and now she just wants to be in your arms all day.
It would be just amazing to see her get a forever home with somebody who's just going to love her.
But she will, she'll get a home, no problem. She's an adorable little girl. They're not like humans, they don't hold on to stuff, they just get on with life, and if they're treated well by the next person, they love them.
Yeah. With her new coat and back with her friends, the future is certainly looking brighter for this happy Shih Tzu. Adoption Day at the centre, and people gather to complete the final steps in welcoming lucky dogs into a new and loving family.
I always like the idea of a rescue dog, like the idea of giving a home to a dog that needs a home. When we saw Alex, it was love at first sight, I think. That was this.
I knew he was going to be the dog.
Did you?
Yeah. Everybody's going to love him. He is so lovable.
We're able to give this dog a home is incredible, and that's the reason, as Aileen said, that's the reason why we've come to Dogs Trust.
It's Alex's last day, and canine carer John brings him to meet his adopters.
They were a lovely family. They're really mad about Alex and they can't wait to get him. Their back garden is really big and spacious and it's well secured, you know, so I'm delighted for him, you know. But it's just hard to see them go.
We do these talks just to give everybody the best information possible when they take home their new puppy or their new dog, to kind of help them out, really, okay?
Fully briefed, the whole family can't wait to bring him home. The moment has finally arrived. There you go.
Now.
Hey, how exciting is this? Look at him.
Come on. Oh, I'm going to miss him, because he's a great little fella.
Thank you very much.
You can send them photographs to us of
Brilliant.
Alex at home, like, you know, and we put it in the magazine, we put it up on the wall and all here at Dogs Trust.
Definitely.
We do everything, you know.
Thanks, John.
It's bittersweet, isn't it? You all right?
Oh, don't get me started, John.
Yeah, it's a bit hard, you know. But he's a grand little fella, you know.
No, he's got a great family, and that's the main thing. One goes out, another one comes in.
Yeah.
Within a short few weeks, Skittles has undergone a radical change from when she first arrived at the centre. She's almost unrecognisable, even her tail is looking brand new. And Ciara has some exciting news. Her recovery from the horrendous condition has been so impressive that she has captured the attention of a well-known VIP and has been chosen as a model dog for an upcoming charity event. Model and broadcaster Vogue Williams has agreed to do a sponsored skydive to raise funds for the centre. Just 2 months ago, Skittles could hardly stand up without help, and despite being on a long road to recovery, she has definitely arrived at her moment in the spotlight.
Her eyes. She came from a puppy farm. Her and 12 other Shih Tzus.
Stop!
She had no hair on her tail.
And she was just the mom all the time?
She was just a mom, yeah. She'd never really been outside. She'd never really been socialised. She'd put on a load of weight. Her hair's grown back.
Skittles takes on her new role as a model with ease and flair as she steals the show, and it's plain to see Vogue and the team are completely taken with her.
I think if I worked in dog shows, I'd just bring home so many dogs all the time.
Look at her though, she's amazing.
Really placid.
The centre keep in touch with all of their rehomed dogs and their families. It's been a few weeks since Alex was adopted, and I'm curious to see how he has settled into his new home.
Hi, Adi. How are you? Hello, Alex. Hello.
Since Alex arrived here in the home, did it take him long to settle in?
He settled in really quickly.
Did he?
He really did, yeah. We'd been warned that he might be a bit nervous or something. He does sit on the back of the sofas and watch if the boys go out to school or whatever else. He's sitting there waiting for them to come home. So he likes to let you know that he's missing people, you know.
And when you think back to his start in life and the fact that he was tied to a pole outside Dogs Trust, and now to where he is, so happy in a family environment.
We do feel that we've been looking for him, and now we've got him, and it's been that whole process of him joining the family, which is fantastic.
Back at the centre, another adoption day is well underway. 6 of the 12 Shih Tzus have been rehomed, and the 7th will leave today. I'm so excited that Skittles has found a forever home.
Yes, I'm thrilled. Yeah, she's a lovely little girl. Really, really nice little girl. And she'll go very well with my dog at the moment, who's a bearded collie. He needs a companion. So I looked up on the site and I saw her and came in, and we visited a couple of days ago, and they got on really, really well. So there you go.
I'm going to miss her, and I'm just so thrilled that she's found a loving home.
Hello! Hi, Skittles! It's fantastic seeing them finally get a home, you know, especially where we know where they came from, basically, you know.
You look a bit sad, Aileen.
A little bit.
It's a happy tale for Skittles.
Walks off.
Look.
He is absolutely bewildered and so confused by what has just happened to him.
Why couldn't they just come in? Like, why would they put the dog in more danger? I mean, they're abandoning him anyway, but why would they just tie him like that, like he's garbage?
The centre was open, you know, they could have just nipped in. Had a chat with the team. They're always happy to have a conversation with people and to chat to people about what options are available, so it is heartbreaking that he had to go through that.
At any one time, there can be over 200 dogs on site, being rehabilitated and waiting to be rehomed.
We never, ever, ever have an empty kennel. We always have placements coming in.
Kind of like love at first sight sometimes, you know.
It is, and the very difficult thing, and I always advise when people first come here, is to get a feel for the place, get an understanding for what we do. Don't fall with your heart, fall with your head.
Because Ireland has such a serious stray dog problem, they are constantly being surrendered to pounds and charities throughout Ireland. In some cases, they can simply be abandoned. As happened to this Jack Russell, found on the road right outside the centre. Ciara shows me how this heartless action was all captured on CCTV.
We're listening to dogs barking all day, so, you know, it was kind of a, what was that? You know, what's that noise outside? See what happened. So he just ties him to the pole.
And today I'm being introduced to the dedicated team of canine carers to learn more about what they do. Hi,
Andrea.
Mark. How are you?
Great, how are you?
Excited to be here.
Well, Dogs Trust is Ireland and in fact Europe's largest dog welfare charity. We try and rehome up to 800 dogs plus every year. And then there's the other side of our work to try and prevent dogs coming into rescues or pounds in the first place. And that might include veterinary campaigns where we neuter dogs. And there's also the work we do on the education side and also lobbying government to try and improve animal welfare legislation.
There's so much for me to learn and I'm actually really looking forward to being part of Dogs Trust.
Yeah, and we really are looking forward to having you here and to meeting the rest of the team as well, because these guys and girls on the ground, they're the ones who do the work with the dogs, the pups and the mums and pups in our care.
Last thing today, guys, is we've got a new starter today. She's starting, like many of yourselves, as a volunteer, just to learn the ropes and get to know the role of the canine carer. So we'll give a big and warm welcome to Andrea. Welcome to Dogs Trust.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Andrea. Hi. Starting with us today, there's your name badge.
Oh, brilliant.
And we've got hungry dogs to feed, so we can get cracking now.
I can't wait. Be nice to me.
At Dogs Trust, they believe no healthy dog should ever be destroyed and that every dog should have a chance to lead a healthy life in a loving environment.
This is the only corridor that we've got that's open for public view.
Okay.
And we try and give the dogs a bit of time off of it so we can rotate them so people can get to see different faces coming up, and it gives the dogs a little bit of a break because they can get a bit overwhelmed.
We are a nation of animal lovers, with almost half of Irish households owning a dog. Their loyalty and companionship make them the perfect pet. But sometimes their love for us isn't always reciprocated in how we treat man's best friend. To understand more about our canine friends, I'm going to work as a volunteer with Ireland and Europe's largest dog welfare charities, Dogs Trust, based in Finglas, North Dublin. It's a busy day at the centre.